Hi guys, this is Jamie Magridge. I'm coming to you from my craft table today. Today I came up with this cute card. It is a clean and simple card. It's using very limited supplies. Let me scroll down and show you what we're going to do today. Alright, I think I can get everything in frame there. Or almost everything. Okay, first thing we're going to need is our first frost clear mount stamp set. We're going to be using this long sprig, this flowered image, and wishing you all the best. We're going to be using 4 Stampin' Up markers, the lovely lipstick, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, and Gorgeous Grape. We're going to be using 3 glue dots. I'll place those aside. Memento Tuxedo Black ink, Sahara Sand ink, multi-liquid glue, the Butterfly Gala Butterfly Duet Punch, which you can get as a bundle with the Butterfly Gala stamp set, and some butterflies that we cut out of the Botanical Butterflies paper that you can get free in the occasions catalog, in the celebrations catalog. Okay, let's get started. Oh, and a post-it note. We'll need a post-it note as well. Okay. So, let's move these aside so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, and the cardstock is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White. The background on the card I made was Night of Navy, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Since the butterflies come in different colors, I might try a purple version, so I have a piece of Gorgeous Grape, which is the same color. And then our card base is the thick Whisper White, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored and folded at 4 1/4. Okay. So first let me show you how to do these butterflies. I took the paper and I cut strips of the butterflies, because when you go to punch it out, in this instance it's going to work, but if I was to do some of the other ones, it's going to cut out other pieces that you don't want it to, with the other butterfly below it. This one actually is going to work all the way across. Well, that one won't. So I cut them into strips. Now, even this, you'll see here, if I go to cut out, this butterfly will work on the end. You're going to line it up into the punch. And punch. Okay, but this next one, if I hadn't cut out that butterfly, see how this butterfly is going to cut out part of it, so you have to be aware of what else you're cutting out, and you might actually need to cut this into smaller bits. Like if I want this blue butterfly here, if I go to do it, this green butterfly below it's going to get cut in the larger butterfly. See how it's in the frame there? I don't know if you can see that. So what I'm going to do is take my snips, snip it apart from the other ones. In this instance I have this little bit of a tag, but if I didn't, then I would take my post-it note, stick it on the post-it note, use the post-it note as a handle to go inside the punch. So I have a little bit of control. Line it up and punch. And you could choose whatever butterflies you want. I just have a preference to the blue ones for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what we're going to do today now. So do I have 3 purple ones? Do I need to punch a purple one? I need to punch a purple one, don't I? Alright, let's punch this purple one. Could do all different colored butterflies. Alright, we'll put the punch away. We'll put the paper away so it's not in our way. Alright. And we're going to take our 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White. I'm going to turn it this way. Excuse me. I apologize. And we're going to take this long sprig and our Sahara Sand ink pen. And we're going to stamp it. Now the first stamp is going to be up over on this third over here, about an inch from the bottom, about an inch from the top. And then we're going to do one on this side of it that's a little bit, maybe an inch lower than this one. And this one here is going to be even lower than that. And we're going to do one down here. Another one next to it. Then we're going to do a couple second generation stamping where we fill in some of this down here a little bit. Just fill in that bottom. Okay, and then we're done with this stamp set, or this stamp. And before we do the flower, I want to stamp my, let's do the flower first, I guess, doesn't really matter. We're done with the brown ink. Okay, so we're going to bring in this one. And all the leaves and the stem we're going to color with the green, and the flowers we're going to color with the pink and the purple. So we're going to start with the lighter green, which is old olive, and there's 2 ends. We want the thicker the brush end, and with the side of the brush we're going to put marker on the stamp. I'm going to get all these leaves and the bottom stems and a couple little spots here where the stem would show through the flowers. Okay, so that's the lighter of the green. Now you don't have to do the darker green because this stamp has the definition in it that shows that, but I'm going to take the darker green, which in this instance is a mossy meadow. I'm going to add a little bit to the top of the leaves. Okay, then I'm going to go in with, in this instance, the Lovely lipstick. I'm going to, oops, wrong end. Again, I want the fat end. I'm going to color all the flowers. Just want to be careful when you come up to the green so you don't get too much green on your pink pen, your red pen. You can always scribble it off, but it's better if you don't contaminate it if at all possible. Okay, I've got a little bit on the edge here I want to wipe off so I don't get that on my project, because I will. Okay, then I'm going to take the purple one, which is the Gorgeous Grape, and I'm just going to do the top left edges of these flowers. Just add a little bit of a darker okay. Then we're going to do what is called huffing. You're just going to breathe on the stamp. Some of the ink might have dried a little bit, and that'll re-moisten it. So we're going to huff on it. Then we're going to stamp it down here in this space here. We want the stem to hang off the bottom just a tiny bit. Press it down. It's going to be like a watercolory look a little bit. Perfect. Okay, now I didn't quite go down far enough, which is okay, so I'm going to take the light green marker and that drawing tip. I'm just going to draw a little sketchy line coming down the rest of the way. Okay, now I'm going to take, and every time you do it, it's going to come out a little bit different. This is the nature of the stamp. The Memento Tuxedo Black, the sentiment, it says wishing you all the best. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to stamp it up here above the flowers. Perfect. Alright, well, we're done with our stamping, so we can put those away. Now we're going to bring in our butterflies. Okay, and I think on this one I'm going to try the purple ones. Although I didn't get as much purple in there as I'd hoped, but that's alright. I think I want that one there, one here, there's another one in here, isn't there? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to put the butterflies on in that rule of 3 so it draws your eye around the card. And to put them on, I'm just going to use a glue dot. One glue dot in the center of each butterfly. Once I've figured out where I want them, I'm just going to pick it up, grab the glue dot, and put it back down. And that visual triangle, that's what I'm looking for with the butterflies. Up here a little bit more. Alright. One more. I think I want you to go this way. Alright. Now we're going to take our card layer, and I think it'll look better on the purple since I used the purple butterflies, so we'll do that. We're going to use the Tombow glue. Just scribble glue on the back. And there's going to be an 1/8 of an inch border around the edge. Not a whole lot, very small little border. Okay, that's pretty. And then we're going to add that to the front of our card base. Again, I'm going to use the Tombow. I don't want to use too much, but I want it close to the edge because I don't like the edges lifting up. And again, there's going to be a 1/16 of an inch border, not very much at all. Alrighty, and there's our card finished for today. It's quite elegant, it's pretty. Here's the one I did earlier today. Well, thank you so much for joining me at my craft table. I hope you have a great rest of your day.